Hey guys, welcome back to WD Detailing. I'm RJ.
I'm Brent.
He's actually in front of the camera today because we're doing like our old classic style intro where we talk to the camera and think that you guys actually care to look at our stupid faces and hear our stupid voices. But we know that's not why most people watch the videos. First off, we want to thank you guys for watching these videos, and we're going to get right to the detailing in one moment. We actually have a 2012 Audi A4 that's covered in mud. A subscriber of ours reached out to us and said he had this A4 that he would take off-roading or mudding or whatever you want to call it for us in order to get it super muddy to detail it. So all we know is that he went off-roading in it or mudding in it with a couple of four-wheelers and ATVs and tried to cover it with as much mud and dirt as possible.
Really glad I got to say I'm Brent, and that was it.
Oh, dude. What do you want to say?
Well, RJ, what I wanted to do was make sure that our viewers know that, guys, we know you guys aren't stupid. This is obviously not a normal vehicle that we would have on the channel, but we want you guys to know that we didn't quote-unquote fake this video. We didn't take this car mudding. We actually had just met the person who brought us this car the day before through some sort of social media. He's a subscriber of ours, and he saw my WRX video where we got the WRX muddy. So he said, I have an Audi A4, I'll get it as muddy as I can for you guys, and this was the product of it. So again, don't leave comments below saying how it's fake and all that stuff. We just wanted to get you guys some enjoyable, satisfying content, and at the end of the day, that's what you guys want to see, and that's what we're trying to provide here. Before hopping into the question of the video, I do want to remind you guys that a lot of you are not subscribed, so take a second and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. And that being said, the fate of our next video lies in your hands, so what do you guys want to see from us in the next week? Do you want us to try to find you a barn find, something abandoned? Do you want us to find a disaster detail and try to make it look perfect again? Leave your answers down below. Whatever we see in the comments the most, we're going to search for that for you guys, and we're going to try to provide the content. So if there's something specific you guys want to see and you see that other people are commenting the same thing, the best thing I could recommend is just interacting with each other, liking each other's comments, commenting under each other's comments, and again, whatever has the most traction or the most eyes on it, that's what we're going to do. So I think it's been a while since I've actually gone in depth with the products that we use in our videos, and I know a lot of you guys have been commenting asking what they are because you want to do this to your cars at home. So for wheels, we like to use what's called PNS Brake Buster, and that's for the rims and the tires. And then for this one specifically, we also used iron fallout remover, and that gets a lot of that brake dust and the iron particles that are on the rim off of it and cleans it up. So those are the products that we're using. And then as for brushes, it's all preference for how deep into the detailing you want to go. We've actually seen some of you guys recommend doing this in the comments in other videos. So we actually foam the entire thing down before spraying off the mud. See if it actually makes a difference with how much scratching it might leave or swirl marks. I have seen you guys say that stuff, so we wanted to try it out ourselves. And as for the soap that we're using, I'm not going to say too much on it because coming up here, I can't spoil it for you guys, but cough, cough, wink, wink, something that we haven't done before that we might be launching. So I would keep an eye out for it because it's very unique and I think you're going to love it. And if you want to take any guesses in the comments below of what it might be, definitely go for it. So when it comes to the engine bay, a lot of detailers go back and forth on whether taking the battery off is necessary or not, and for us, we always feel like it usually is. And luckily for us, the battery on this car specifically was actually in the trunk. So we popped it off at the beginning and we were going to take it off just to take the seats out anyways when we got to the interior. So it all worked out in the end. We unplugged it and then we were able to go ahead and clean this engine bay. And all we use is a simple degreaser, and you want to make sure that you keep it moist. You don't want to let it dry because it will probably stain the plastics. So we went ahead and we washed it, and then we use a leaf blower to blow all that water out and try to not let too much of it sit in the engine bay. You want to get as much water out as you can, and then I just wipe it down just to make it look nicer. So if you use these clay bar mitts, I would highly recommend also clay barring your window, which you'll actually see me do one of the windows in one of these clips. It gets off all those contaminants that are stuck on them, and it makes them completely smooth and easier to clean. Plus, if you put a sealant on them or something afterwards, it makes them super hydrophobic. So I really recommend using your clay mitts not only on the paint, but on your windows. So I don't think I've ever mentioned the reason why we use this leaf blower when we're drying the car. And it's actually not just to dry it. So what we're actually doing is we're trying to get into the crevices behind the door handles, behind the lights, behind the mirrors, anywhere that water can drip out of, because that way if we get the water from behind there when we're polishing a car or waxing it, it's not going to be dripping on the paint while we're doing it. So that's the first reason we use it. And then the second reason we use it is to get the wheels dry. So we work on both the rims and the tires. So when those tires are dry toward the end of the detail, we can put on the tire dressing, because you can't really put it on when tires are wet. So you want to get them dry. And then as for the rims, you don't want water to sit on rims because they'll leave water spots. So while we're taking the garbage out of this car, I just want to say, if you guys are enjoying the video, if you could give it a like, that would be awesome. It really helps us out. It gets our video into the algorithm and helps more people see it. So if you do, thank you. And for all the plastics, we're just using an APC. I'm not going to say the name of the APC because, again, cough, cough, wink, wink, something coming up, and you guys are going to absolutely love it.